And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to get this done, this done, this done. Hello art lovers, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Arianna Flores-Moya and I'm a Latina surrealist artist. And I'm super excited about this video topic today. It was actually sparked from a TikTok video that I saw the other night, and I will of course plug the creator and her video. I thought it was a really helpful video and gave me a lot of insight on what we're going to be talking about today, which is to stop chasing success and the law of assumption. Basically, the overall video talked about chasing success and what that really means. What does success mean to you? A lot of the time, success is this outward entity that we're constantly chasing after versus curating it for ourselves and understanding that true success comes from doing what you love. True success does not come from outside of you, whether it's money or recognition from others. That's never going to truly fulfill you. And that's also something that I've learned with starting my art journey. When I started my art journey, I definitely started it with the passion of doing art, and I still do. But I also noticed as I went along in my art journey and starting my business, I feel like my vision kind of got a little bit skewed to the point where I was focusing more on the external validation versus just doing it because I love to do it. I think when you turn a passion into a business, you have to be very clear from the beginning what your purpose is. For instance, since I paint, if my next painting is going to be something that people really love or they're gonna want to buy a print of, and then you start focusing more on the money and gaining followers so people can see your work, and all that is important to have a business, and I guess a successful business, but I guess that's up to your interpretation as well. But I feel like a lot of times I lost sight of my purpose in doing art, which is, it's my way of being vulnerable with myself, expressing my emotions, and just kind of digging into my subconscious mind and putting that onto a canvas. I'm trying to get to the point where I'm connecting back to that, and that is what true success is for me. And remembering that when I'm in this fight or flight mode throughout the day, like I also do have a 9-to-5 job, but I'm blessed it is a remote position, so I can kind of work on both throughout the day. But I feel like a lot of the time, like I don't always take the time to sit down and meditate and journal and really center myself for the day. So I end up running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to get this done, this done, this done. I'll write like a list of, I don't know, 30 plus things sometimes. And each thing probably took a few hours sometimes. I don't know what time I thought I had in the day that my days were longer than other people. Like, and then I'll check stuff off, but if I don't get like 2 things done, I'm mentally beating myself up about it. Because I'm like, I need to get all these things done to be successful, to get to where I want to be with my career, with my art business, and just becomes unenjoyable at that point. And again, losing the focus of why I started my art business, which is just to enjoy a passion of mine, which is painting every day and creating new products. I love creative direction. I love seeing the bigger picture of things, which often can be overwhelming because I have so many ideas, which is a great problem to have. I just feel like sometimes I lose sight of what to focus on first, which in turn leads me into that fight or flight mode where I'm running around like crazy. And then honestly, that just leads to straight exhaustion. And that's no fun either, because then it puts this resistance between you and your passion, which I've noticed a lot with my paintings. Like there was a time where I'll take like a month break. It's not an issue to take a break, but also realize why you're taking that break. I was focused on this idea of success and perfection to the point where I was preventing myself from painting or even progressing a little bit, because every time I try a new painting, I'm like, or try a new technique, I think I need to have already known it before I thought of the idea. So I should have like been a professional days before I started, is kind of how my brain has worked most of my life, which is frustrating and can be overwhelming, because I mean, that just, it honestly makes no logical sense to think you would be a professional at something before you even start it. But that is the perfectionism idea coming in there. But we gotta nix that out, including me, because it leads to nowhere but frustration, and you're losing self-respect because you're just not trusting yourself and giving yourself that time to build up those skills. So signs that you're kind of in that fight or flight mode that I've noticed with myself, and I have to check in with myself constantly throughout the day to make sure I'm not doing it, is my jaw is constantly clenched because I'm like, oh, I have to get all these things done. I have to get all these things done right now. And if I get it done now, then I'll have time to do other things. And then after I get that done, I'll have time to do more things. And it's literally never ending. It's just too much for your mind and your body and your soul, and just don't do it to yourself. Shortness of breath to the point where I get headaches. So like I'm physically making myself ill by chasing this external success idea again, instead of just understanding that where I am right now is success. Like I have been able to build out my loft space to create it to be my art studio, because I live with my parents, but it's a temporary thing until, you know, I build myself up to where I want to be, right? But I want to appreciate what I have right now. I have paint, I have a roof over my head, you know, all the basics there. I have canvases, I have organizational tools that are honestly a luxury. Not many people get the opportunity to have those things. So just taking time to be grateful for that is really something that I'm trying to focus on, and I hope it inspires you all to do the same. And I came up with this a super good quote, I think. These little ideas kind of pop into my head before bed because I'm a night owl. But the quote from moi is, enjoy the journey because it's often longer than the moment of attainment. There could be something that you're working towards. For instance, me painting my Maluma painting took me like 1.5 years. I constantly felt this back and forth pooling of energy to like complete it, but also like I was completely avoiding it at times because I knew one day he would see it. And he did. He reposted it to his story. He commented on it, which was super exciting. I was over the moon. Super grateful. And so in that moment, I just try to sit there, my hands on my heart, and really breathe in and take in that moment. But as wonderful as that moment is, life continues to go on, and then it's the next idea, the next feeling, that next accomplishment that you're trying to go after, and it never ends, right? So really just taking that time to enjoy the steps leading to that fulfillment, that manifestation, is the success. To really enjoy every single brush stroke that I put on that painting, every misstep, every success. That is, I mean, that is the reason. That is fulfillment within success, you know? So before we go, I'm gonna leave you guys with a poem that I wrote. I write poetry on occasion, and they're Dear Self with Love poetry. So here we go. Dear Self, slow down. Give yourself time. Sometimes it feels like life is moving too fast or moving too slow, but it's moving at the perfect pace for you, for your divine path. You're always on time. Slow down. With love, Self. So I hope you all enjoyed this video and found it extremely insightful and kind of helped you navigate and understand where in your life you're chasing success versus just being success, you know? Law of assumption, be that success, baby. And if you guys are interested in seeing more videos from me, whether it's painting, tips and tricks, self-love, manifestation, I'm down to do it. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe to this channel. And if you're interested in checking out any of my surreal art, it'll be linked in the description below, baby. Have a blessed day. Peace.